And our top story is Donald Trump stepping up his attacks against this election system that he claims is rigged and stacked against him. Well, now the RNC leader, the party leader, is pushing back. We've got complete coverage beginning with NBC's Hallie Jackson. Hallie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Savannah. Donald Trump says he plans to put more meat behind his policy proposals, starting with a speech next week on party unity, even as he rails against the party. All of it as his family comes into focus, stepping into the spotlight to support the Republican frontrunner. Trying to appear more presidential, Donald Trump's promising more policy with more speeches.
I'm going to be doing probably 10 over the next 2 months.
Do you know what when the next one's going to be and what the topic is going to be?
I would say over the next week.
At a forum with his family, the frontrunner hoping to soften his sharp edges. His daughter stealing the show, defending her dad.
The type of father he was to a daughter, to daughters, I think evidences how he feels about our gender in general.
Ivanka and her brother Eric explaining why they're not registered to vote for Trump in New York's primary Tuesday.
New York has one of the most onerous rules in terms of registration, and it required us to register a long time ago.
It was our first kind of foray into politics. We didn't realize how the whole system worked.
But his father's critics say it's Trump who doesn't understand the system, as he calls the party's process a disgrace, adding RNC Chair Reince Priebus should be ashamed. Priebus firing back overnight on Twitter. Complaints now? Give us all a break.
I know the rules very well, but I know that it's stacked against me by the establishment.
A party insider tells NBC News there's been no direct discussion with the candidate's campaign since Colorado. Trump still seems stung by being outmaneuvered there in the delegate hunt by Ted Cruz, whose wife's taking her turn on center stage, dismissing Trump's now notorious retweet of her and Melania Trump side by side.
I don't tweet, so I had an ability to completely ignore it. It didn't impact me in the least.
And in the battle for delegates, backup for her husband from former rival Marco Rubio.
I want the Republican nominee to be a conservative, and in my view, at this moment, of the candidates that are still actively campaigning, the only one that fits that criteria is Ted Cruz. I've said that publicly.
And on the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders this morning is getting some new support of his own. His very first endorsement from a Senate colleague, Jeff Merkley of Oregon, announcing today he will back his Vermont counterpart. Willie, Savannah?
All right, Hallie Jackson.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.